I've lost my mind ranking SpongeBob foods. Every burger, every toxic smoothie, every literal piece of garbage the show calls edible. This is what happens when you watch too much Nickelodeon. Let's dive into this culinary nightmare. Starting with Gummy, and I need you to understand something right away. This isn't your average bad food. Gummy is a massive ball of chewed gum from the Gift of Gum episode. It's so enormous that entire fish are trapped inside like some sort of adhesive prison. The thing becomes a literal trap later in the episode. I don't trust it, I don't like it, and honestly, I'm offended it exists. The appetizer comes next, and nostalgia cannot save this disaster. Picture this: an underwater fly, random wrappers, a human foot, and mystery meat all combined into one dish. You could not pay me enough to touch this thing. Out of every food in this entire ranking, the appetizer might be the only one where you'd spit out more than you consume. It's a net loss for your digestive system. Then we have the ugly patty. Squidward really outdid himself with this abomination. Moldy buns, eyeballs, nails, driftwood, hair, socks, and mysterious pink liquid. This isn't food. This is a biological hazard wrapped in a bun. The fact that this even exists in the show tells you everything about Squidward's cooking skills. Chum products dominate the bottom tier, and rightfully so. The Chum Burger, Chum Stick, and Chum Nuggets, which are literally just rocks, represent everything wrong with Plankton's business model. The man is serving rocks and calling them food. That's not even trying anymore. Seahorse Milk deserves special mention because of its infamous appearance in Have You Seen This Snail? When you're so disgusting that even Patrick, a character who eats literally anything, is revolted, you know you've created something truly terrible. Is it the consistency of Jell-O, rubber, a marshmallow? These are questions I genuinely don't want answered. The Nasty Patty was designed to harm someone, and it shows. Volcano sauce, seahorse radish, and toenail clippings, and it's dried with a gym sock. The visual alone is nightmare fuel. Green patty, warts, pus, and weird tendrils hanging off the sides. Props to the animators for making something genuinely disturbing. Synthetic Krabby Patties represent corporate greed at its finest. These things looked like real Krabby Patties until you bit into them and discovered gray sludge. Not meat, not tofu, just spray-painted goo shot from a machine and airbrushed to trick customers. When your burger needs literal paint to look appetizing, you've crossed a line. Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob were gagging watching these get made, and that tells you everything. Black lemonade is straight-up ink in a cup. Raw ink, nothing else. Just ink. The fact that someone thought this was a good idea is concerning. I don't care if ink is technically edible in some preparations, this is just a cup of ink. The weenie patty, pizza patty, burrito patty, and noodle patty all fall into the same category of lazy hybrid foods that nobody asked for. My hatred for these stems from real-life Pringles flavors. Beer can chicken. Pringles exist in this world. Enchilada Pringles. Philly cheesesteak Pringles. We peaked with Sun Chips, and everything after has been a mistake. The barely edible. Moving up slightly, we hit foods that won't kill you but probably should. The Plab Patty, the original ancestor to the Krabby Patty, belongs in a museum rather than on a plate. It poisoned Old Man Jenkins, which honestly is a win, but it's better appreciated for its historical significance than any actual taste. Paper patties from the Not Normal episode are exactly what they sound like. Printed sandwiches, no flavor, no substance, just ink cartridges masquerading as food. They're the YouTube content farm of sandwiches. They technically get the job done, but you're left feeling empty inside. Spongy patties deserve their low ranking because they turned customers into zombies. These expired yellow patties with olive green spots caused distended bellies and illness. The word distended means swollen or bloated from internal pressure, and that's exactly what happened. Disgusting. The flabby patty sounds good in theory. 4 pounds of grade A love, a tablespoon of listening, and 2 tablespoons of understanding mixed together and held in your warm heart. Beautiful sentiment. Complete scam in practice. The thing looks pinkish red and unappetizing despite the town enjoying it. Here's where things get interesting. The Krabby Double Deluxe is just a regular Krabby Patty with double meat. Nothing revolutionary, but solid. You could try eating it like Patrick, though you'd probably choke. I'm not liable for that. Kelp fries suffer from inconsistency. Sometimes they're proper medium fries, Other times, they're barely bigger than popsicle sticks. When a box contains only 6 fries, you're basically eating chips. If they came in larger portions, they'd rank higher. I'm a crunchy fry person, so the potential is there. Canned coral gets a biased ranking because of childhood nostalgia for the Rise and Shine episode. Patrick's morning routine featured an entire pantry full of this stuff. It looks like meaty slop inside the can, probably equivalent to canned vegetables. Not exciting, but not terrible either. The real question is whether coral counts as a vegetable or meat, since coral is technically an animal. This makes you question the entire food industry's ethics in SpongeBob. The Great Snail Race Shake combines eggs, snails, and protein powder into one tongue-destroying beverage. Some gym bro out there has definitely tried recreating this. The dedication to fitness knows no bounds, even when it involves consuming hardware. Cheese Fizz is exactly what you expect. Nothing more, nothing less. It's cheese in fizzy form and doubles as a photo ruiner. The problem is, it's just one thing, not a full meal or substantial snack. Cheese Fizz is Cheese Fizz. The Patty Whip caused an actual ice cream war in Bikini Bottom. It's a smoothie made from a normal smoothie and a few Krabby Patties blended together. The appearance is horrifying and genuinely makes me gag looking at it, but it's sold like crazy. $10 for a medium though? That's highway robbery. The real kicker is, this is based on the Dole Whip from Disney World, specifically the pineapple flavor. Anyone who's been to the happiest place on earth can tell you how the real version tastes. I wouldn't know. I make tier lists about SpongeBob food instead. Health Inspector Food presents an interesting case. Crusty kelp dogs, buttered barnacles, powdered driftwood, sludge pudding, and fried flotsam all sound absolutely terrible by name alone. But according to the health inspector, they taste good. I can't get past names like powdered driftwood, though. If a fancy restaurant served me something called dried roadkill, I'm ordering from the kids' menu. The Rainboger deserves credit for discovering food dye, I guess. It's creative, but ultimately just a regular burger with colors. Nothing groundbreaking. The top tier. Now we're getting into the foods that actually make sense. The Krabby Patty, in all its glory, represents perfection in fast food form. Here's the thing though, I can't put every Krabby Patty variation in the top tier, or this whole ranking becomes pointless. Think of Krabby Patty rankings like a prestige system in video games. A 1-star Krabby Patty is still better than 3-star regular food. They're all on a victory lap. The patty from the Hey Pretty Patty episode deserves recognition. Curvy buns, a gorgeous lettuce mane, crimson tomato eyes, rosy ketchup cheeks, and a pure golden mustard grin. She's beautiful. The tragedy is, she's just a piece of meat, incapable of real connection. SpongeBob's emotional attachment to this burger is simultaneously touching and deeply concerning. The real winners. The monster Krabby Patty represents ambition. It's massive, requires a giant wedge of meat, and broke SpongeBob's spatula trying to flip it. We never see the complete sandwich, only the meat. But the scale alone is impressive. The customer who ordered it looks hilarious too, which adds to the charm. Frozen Krabby Patties at home at a satisfactory price represent peak Mr. Krabs entrepreneurship. Unfortunately, the cheapskate added sand as filler, ruining what could have been revolutionary. The concept was solid though. Bubble pie needs more recognition. The execution, the presentation, the concept. Just hear me out on this one. It deserves better. The Chum Patty creates the most interesting philosophical debate. Half Krabby Patty, half Chum. Do they cancel each other out, creating a literal nothing burger? In 20,000 Patties Under the Sea, a literal monster at the bottom of a chasm enjoys them. When your only fan is a deep sea monster, maybe that's a sign. Here's the real talk. SpongeBob food rankings matter because they represent childhood memories for millions of people. These aren't just cartoons. They're cultural touchstones that shaped how an entire generation thinks about food, creativity, and humor. The Krusty Krab represents the pinnacle of fast food achievement in animation. Every burger, every fry, and every drink served there set a standard that other shows tried and failed to match. The attention to detail in making food look appealing, disgusting, or somewhere in between required genuine artistic skill. What makes SpongeBob food special is the commitment to the bit. When they wanted to show you something terrible, they went all out. The Nasty Patty didn't just look bad. It looked like it could actually harm you. When they wanted to show you something appealing, the Krabby Patty became the most desirable food item in animation history. The lasting impact of SpongeBob's food culture extends beyond the show itself. Real restaurants have tried to capitalize on Krabby Patty nostalgia. There was even a Japanese restaurant that created SpongeBob-inspired dishes that looked incredible. A Gary dessert, a cute SpongeBob sandwich, and themed merchandise. Meanwhile, we got a mediocre Wendy's crossover. The missed potential is staggering. Understanding why certain foods work in the show requires examining the psychology behind it. Gross-out humor lands because it pushes boundaries without crossing into truly disturbing territory. The appetizer is disgusting, but it's cartoon disgusting. Nobody is actually traumatized by it. The Nasty Patty looks harmful, but it exists in a world where characters survive explosions and fall from great heights without consequence. The genius of SpongeBob food is how it mirrors real fast food culture while cranking everything up to 11. Mr. Krabs' penny pinching reflects real corporate greed. The Krusty Krab versus Chum Bucket rivalry mirrors actual fast food wars. Plankton's constant failures represent small businesses struggling against established competition. These aren't subtle metaphors. They're right there on screen, wrapped in absurdist humor. Synthetic Krabby Patties specifically work as commentary on corporate food practices. When your burger needs paint to look appetizing, when it's made from gray sludge in a factory, when it's cooked in furnaces like steel, you're not subtle about your message. The show was calling out industrialized food production in 2009. Looking back at all these foods, what stands out is the creativity involved. Someone sat in a writer's room and pitched ideas like, what if Patrick ate an expired milk cube? Or, what if there was a burger so ugly it had warts? These ideas got approved, animated, and became part of television history. This journey through SpongeBob's food catalog reveals something important about why the show endures. It commits fully to every joke, every concept, and every visual gag. Nothing is done halfway. When they make gross food, it's the grossest thing you've ever seen. When they make appealing food, you genuinely wish you could try it. Drop a comment below with your most controversial SpongeBob food take. Which ranking do you completely disagree with? What food did I miss that deserved a spot? Let's argue about cartoon food in the comments. Until I see you in the next one, keep exploring. I'm out!